Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here, and today's video is a review of ScapeCon, which was a Heroscape convention held in Indianapolis, Indiana, which I attended. This video is going to just basically go over my thoughts and how I did throughout ScapeCon. First of all, it was a very well run event. Everything went pretty much as smooth as you could really hope for. Timing got delayed slightly here and there, but it was never really an issue. Nothing didn't happen that was supposed to happen, so that was fun. The food was amazing, and it was so convenient being in the same exact hotel as the actual gaming. There was a lot of events throughout. I'll go through all of them in chronological order, except for the main event, which I'll hold off till the end. The first event was a VC Delta event. Now, I'm not a big VC player, and it was a tough event for me to play in because I didn't really know what a lot of stuff did, but I ran 3 squads Hounds and Q9 and went 1-3. Not the best. My first game of that tournament was recorded, and as soon as I find out where those recordings will go, I will put that in a future video as just like a little thing at the end, basically. The next tournament I partook in was the reverse draft, and now all of the details for each event are on heroscapers.com. I'll basically find that link and put it in the description of this video so that you can see like what the rules for each army are, but I'll tell you what my armies were. And I can also put the results thread, which is basically what I'm reading off of, into the description. I did reverse draft. I came tied for last place at 1-3. I brought 3 times Romans, Marcus, Maberks, and Igaxa, Savaris, and Odenashi. I definitely messed up in the drafting portion of the game, as I didn't really seem to be able to win. Now both the wins in these first two, in the first 2 events were buys, so I didn't really actually win. The next event that I was a part of was Betrayal, and this is where I get my first actual win. I went 2-2, getting me tied for 5th. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5-way tie for 5th. So definitely better than previous tournaments. I had 2 times 10th Regiment, 2 times 4th Mass, Kaimanawa, Raylan, the 80-point quality one, Marku, and Isamu. Betrayal was a fun format. I mean, everyone stole my 10th, so maybe I'll have to come up with a different army if it comes back next year. The next event I was in was Sideboards. This one I did not do as well, finishing at 1-2 as I dropped out for the 4th round. But I had 3 times Knights of Weston, Gilbert, Raylan, Q9 3 times Rats, Marku, and Isamu. I never played with the Q9 Rats side because I never really wanted to play with Q9, but I came in a tie for 14th, so not that good of an event for me. Then came the championship, if we're going in chronological order, but I will stay out of that as that's kind of the most important one. So we will go to General Wars, which I placed 2-2, putting me in a tie. It looks like a 6-way tie for 10th. I had 3 times Greenscales, Charos, and Savaris. Honestly, right after the main event, I just wanted to have a non-thinky army, so I was pretty happy with just getting 2-2. 3-headed Hydra. This was a team event. My team went 2-0-1 in the team event, tying in our last game. I brought 4 times Hound, Zetacron, and Quintella. My teammates carried me. I did not win a single game, so that's tough. I don't see the multiplayer in these. but I did make it to the championship of the multiplayer event, so I placed 3rd in that with 4 times PKs and Isamu. That was just a blast of a game. Fun players to play with, and we just had a fun time playing in that final. So for the championship, after day 1, well, I went 4-2 as that was the cut to make it, so I was in a tie for 4th, but we were all 4-2. My army: 2 times Glads, Molten Claw, 1 times Hounds, Sam Brown, and Eldgrim. For day 2, in the first round, I beat Johnny Frisbee, who actually beat me in day 1, but we had the reverse armies this time, getting me into round 2, where I played and beat Infected Sloth in the best game of Heroscape I've ever played. The whole 6 games, my last 6 games in the championship, were probably the best 6 games of Heroscape I've ever played in my life. Which you kind of need to if you're going to get through a lot of very good competition. My last game in day 1 and my round 1 game in day 2 were both on the streaming table, which was streamed onto the Twitch Filthe, which I will have linked down below. Also, one of my games in VC Delta was recorded by Sir Heroscape, so I will have his YouTube as well. If I can find that, which I'm sure I'm going to be able to. My round 2 against Infected Sloth was... The game went down to a 1 life Molten Claw, and that's it. So the tightest match I played all week. That was recorded, and once I find out where that gets recorded to, first of all, I'm going to want to watch that because it was so close. And a very tense and fun game, but I'll let you guys know about that in the future. My semi-final match against Vegetarian 18. He played my army the best out of anyone I handed it to, but I was still able to come out with a win on that one. That one was also streamed on Filthe. The final against Major Q23. Congrats on a great win. This was also such a fun game, so close throughout. This one was also streamed on Filthe's Twitch. Overall, I had a blast playing, and I was surprised I got to top 2. Just making it to the final was a shock. But I had a lot of fun, and I have some prizes which have not all been unpacked yet, so they will appear in a future video when I can get all the prizes into one video, and it will be less confusing as half of them would be here and half of them will be there. But I did want to talk about the games, get some notes out about the games while they were still fresh in my mind. And this way I can shout out the channels and other places to get more Heroscape content if that's what you are looking for. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.